Apple's first foldable iPhone is finally starting to come into focus, and the more details that surface, the more this begins to look like a serious problem for Samsung. Apple isn't just stepping into the foldable market for the sake of it. They're arriving with a combination of upgrades that could put the Galaxy Z Fold 8 in an uncomfortable position. When you look at how everything connects, it becomes clear that this isn't a cautious first attempt. This is Apple making a statement. One of the biggest shocks comes from the battery. Multiple reports now point to Apple packing a massive 5,500 mAh battery into its first foldable, making it the largest battery ever used in an iPhone and even larger than what Samsung currently offers in its foldables. Normally, Apple doesn't compete on battery size alone, but that's never been a problem because iPhones already deliver strong battery life through tight chip and software optimization. When you combine that efficiency with a larger battery, the result could be genuinely impressive. Samsung, meanwhile, barely changed its foldable battery capacity for years. While the Z Fold 8 is expected to finally jump to around 5,000 mAh, Apple appears to be going further with stacked battery designs and higher density cells, which could allow the iPhone Fold to last noticeably longer in real-world use. Design-wise, early mock-ups comparing the iPhone Fold with Samsung's Z Fold lineup and other competitors reveal a very different philosophy. Apple's inner display may be slightly smaller on paper, but the wider aspect ratio completely changes how the device feels during everyday tasks. The phone is expected to measure around 4.5 mm thick when unfolded, which is slightly thicker than Samsung's approach, but that decision appears intentional. Apple seems willing to sacrifice extreme thinness in favor of better battery life and structural integrity, an area where Samsung has historically prioritized slimness over endurance. Apple is also aiming for something foldable users have wanted for years: a truly crease-free display. Samsung has already demonstrated similar technology with its water drop-style hinge, allowing the screen to bend more gently and reduce visible creasing. Samsung is expected to bring this technology to a wider Z Fold 8 to compete directly with Apple. On the surface, both devices may end up looking similar when unfolded, but the real difference lies beneath the display. The hinge is where Apple may quietly pull ahead. While earlier rumors suggested both companies would rely on similar hinge mechanisms, newer reports indicate Apple is using a liquid metal hinge paired with an upgraded titanium frame. This combination isn't just about strength. Liquid metal offers higher elasticity, greater resistance to wear, and improved durability over time. That means the hinge is less likely to loosen after months or years of constant folding. The phone should continue to feel tight, solid, and premium long after launch. Apple's experience with liquid metal goes back more than a decade, which suggests this isn't an experimental choice but a long-term strategy finally paying off. Inside, the iPhone Fold is expected to be powered by Apple's A20 Pro chip built on TSMC's advanced 2nm process. Performance gains of around 15% and efficiency improvements approaching 30% are rumored, but the most important change is how the chip is packaged. Apple is reportedly using advanced wafer-level memory integration, placing RAM directly alongside the CPU and GPU. This improves efficiency while freeing up internal space, which likely plays a role in accommodating that large battery. With 12 GB of RAM and Apple's new in-house C2 modem, the internal hardware starts to look extremely well balanced. Samsung still has years of experience in the foldable space, but Apple doesn't enter categories casually. If these leaks are accurate, the Galaxy Z Fold may 8th be facing one of its toughest challenges yet. The timing makes this even more interesting, with the iPhone Fold expected to launch alongside the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. And with recent Pro Max leaks already changing expectations, things are moving fast. This could be the moment foldables shift in a completely new direction, and Samsung knows it.